Allah yang menciptakan kamu. Allah berfirman, "Wa ma khalaqtul jinna wal insa illa liya'budun." Dan tidak, perhatikan dulu, dengarkan dakwah saya. Allah menciptakan manusia dan jin hanya untuk beribadah kepada Allah. Kamu tahu Islam? Kalau kamu Islam, maka kamu akan selamat di dunia dan di akhirat. Kamu akan indah hidup di dunia dan kamu akan lebih indah hidup di akhirat. Kamu mau masuk Islam supaya kamu selamat. Dan kamu insya Allah akan diampuni oleh Allah kalau kamu sedang menzalimi manusia ini. Mau Islam? Kalau Islam saya ajar. Saya ajarkan Islam. Mau? Bagus. Ikut saya. Asyhadu alla ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. Aku bersaksi bahwa tidak ada Tuhan yang disembah kecuali Allah. Dan aku bersaksi bahwa Muhammad utusan Allah. Wahai Idrus, kamu sekarang berislam. Kamu mau ubah nama atau nama kamu yang semula Idrus? Itu saja. Oke. Kamu sekarang dari Islam. Wahai Idrus yang baik hati, sekarang kamu satu agama dengan saya. Maka itu kamu tidak boleh sekali-kali menyakiti manusia lagi. Boleh? Kamu berjanji dan kamu tidak akan masuk lagi. Oke, kamu balik ya. Kamu balik ke alam kamu dan kamu jangan sekali-kali mengganggu manusia, siapapun dia. Saya berjanji tidak akan masuk lagi ke tubuh manusia, siapapun dia. Karena kalau aku masuk lagi, maka Allah Tuhan kami yang baru akan melaknat aku. Oke, janji kamu sudah ya. Oke, maka kamu keluar. Kamu ucapkan assalamualaikum sebelum kamu keluar. Oke, assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Keluar. Keluar.
The retreat is divided into dozens of small camps, the most prominent of which is called Mandalay. Among its members are businessmen like Leonard Firestone and Edgar Kaiser, and political figures like Gerald Ford, Henry Kissinger, William French Smith, and George Shultz. President Reagan, Vice President Bush, and Defense Secretary Weinberger are members of other camps. Richard Nixon is a Bohemian.
2,000 years before mankind was created, there were creatures on the earth, and they caused corruption on it and shed blood. Then God sent against them a troop of angels who casted them away to islands in the seas. time to start defining and explain some of our subject matter I have mentioned previously, and will continue to mention throughout the series. We will go back and sketch the history of the Masons and further discuss their craft. But for now, let us ask a question: who are, or what are the jinn? They are unseen creatures that we share this earth with. They are interdimensional creatures that have been called by many names: aliens, spirits, Ethereans, ultra-terrestrials, and more. In God's book, the Holy Quran, their creator, God Almighty, gives them a name: the jinn. The Arabic word, jinn, means hidden, or that which is concealed. Under normal circumstances, they can see us, and we cannot see them. The jinn have a free will to choose, just like human beings. The Bible calls Satan a fallen angel. This is incorrect. Angels were created from pure light, and do not have free will or the ability to choose. They only obey the orders of their Creator. The jinn are of three types: those who have wings and fly in the air, those who resemble snakes and dogs, and those who travel about ceaselessly. No human can see the jinn in their true essence. However, some resemble vultures and snakes, others tall men in white garb. They may even appear as dragons, or a number of other animals. In addition to their animal forms, the jinn occasionally assume human form to mislead and destroy their human victims. For example, in one of the historical battles of the Muslims, named the Battle of Badr, the most powerful amongst the jinn, or Satan, assumed the form of a man named Suraka ibn Malik, and urged the pagan Arabs to move forward to the battle, saying, Then God sent the angel Gabriel against him, and when Satan saw him, he cried out to the pagans, I have nothing to do with you. I see that which ye do not see. I fear Allah, and Allah is severe in retribution, and then he fled. The jinn can even possess human beings, including in black magic rituals, when they are summoned by the magicians. I will explain with little more detail on how this is done by the magicians, and show you via video illustration. Unlike humans, the jinn live for thousands of years, and have the ability to see angels as previously mentioned. Let us view a video, which shows the Islamic exorcism. A jinn who is 7,000 years old, has possessed a man.
فاريا شوف تغير اسمه يقول اسمي فاريا فاريا وين أهل فاريا؟ كونغو كونغو شنو كونغو أستاذ كونغو شيا؟
كونغو اسم جمهورية في أفريقيا.
في أفريقيا نعم. كونغو أنت شو اسمك؟ فاريا أنت مسلم مسيحي يهودي؟ جولك يعني يهودي. شو يقول أستاذ؟ يهودي. يقول أنا يهودي. كل الزين الله أكبر. شوف أنت مرة ثانية تجي يمي مو صحيح يا هذا الأخ علي محمد جيت يمي مو؟ يقول نعم نعم. أنت تستسلم لما تسلم نبي مسلمان يا نبي مسلمان. قربان تو تمنى چند ساله؟
زور
بله بس درو مکه درو کلی دبی چند سالی قربان؟ لازم تو راز بله تمنى چنده؟ حساب بکه حتى 1000 سال
حوزار
درون عقي الله أكبر. هذا يقول أني مرأة عمري 7000 سنة وأنا أهلي بالكونغو هو منطقة أفريقيا. أنت أسود أترشي
باشكستي بله
قربان تو ساحر عندنا نسيت الوازة نسيت
لا
قربان تو بو شاتنا ولا شيء
يا أسينا هو استابو
ايه
ايش بدو أسيرة الهواء ايش بدو أسيرة الهواء نحن هو استابو أميس شو عنا شيء زور شجوان بخ جوان بلشان ممكن يا كاري درا
عشق يقول يقول هذا كان يشتغل باليونان
يشتغل بيونان وأنا عاشق لأنه جميل جدا.
أنت بارك الله تو أتواني مثلا ليش يوم كسيك؟
لا
هذه بو ولا لا شيء من لا شيء بردني بو أتواني ولا لا شيء من وازي لي بينا بو أخذ بو أتواني تخواب زام ببرسي بو أتواني سبوكا خلاص يا كامبلي عزك معك كتب رادو خلي دلين جندرويا
لا تدرونيا
هذه بوت عندهم عالي مكان ما مستيقن إنكار كان قسم من الشيوخ وساداته الدكتور طارق الهاشمي هو عنده قناة فضائية يقول الجن هو وسواس ما يعبد جسم الإنسان. هذا كلام صحيح؟
نعم
يدخل جسم الإنسان الجني؟
نعم
يدخل جسم الإنسان الجني؟ نعم. اسمع يا الدكتور طارق الهاشمي وأيها العلماء الإسلام أنتم تقول احنا عالمين. هذا يقول الجن يدخل جسم الإنسان وهذا شو بعينكم صوت وصورة. زورن الابرو نتشنر قربان نتشنر يقول الملائكة يقول روح إذا ما تروح سيرا ندير كوجينا في الروين استهدنا مشي ويا ابن برام برا وشام نتشنر
وهو استاون
وزورن
والله
ملائكة زورن
خاوني قولن
أما تسمى يا
كتير
كيف كتير
قرآن
الله أكبر يقول عندك كتب عليه القرآن معجزة. الله أكبر ونص برنامج إخوان عيد برنامج قل أوحي إلي أنه استمع نفر من الجن فقالوا إنا سمعنا قرآنا عجبا يهدي إلى الرشد فآمنا به ولن نشرك بربنا أحدا وأنه تعالى جد ربنا ما اتخذ صاحبة ولا ولدا ولهم عذاب واصب إلا من خطف الخطفة فأتبعه شهاب ثاقب. صدق الله العظيم. تيجي شو قربان؟ الزباب شهادة بنا أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله
أشهد
أن لا إله إلا الله
أن لا إله
إلا الله
إلا الله
وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله وعيسى رسول الله رسول الله عبد الله وموسى نبي الله عبد الله. خلاص استغفر لي ربي قال باذن يخش لي جوانك يا ربي قال لهم عفان وقال فلمتو ولا تقنطوا من رحمة قربان السيد كان زور نسحتين بيت الفزانة يلا بدنا نعود بداية قال
إن شاء الله
هسه استاذ مشان نقول هسه كي اولاد يقتوا من شو اللي مش لما ارجو لك تعفيك هسه كي عفيف يقول عفيتم
والله عفيتم مش هم جوري معلومات بسبب زور خلق الدعاء يعني زبون جرك كسان من نخوش درنيه يعني
There's one thing you should know about me. You're talking about dreams? Not exactly.
We create the world of the dream. We bring the subject into that dream.
I'm ready. Dreams feel real while we're in them. It's only when we wake up that we realize something is actually strange. I have it under control. I'd hate to see out of control.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. That was his power.
Are you hypnotized right now? Be honest.
No, I'm awake.
You're awake. Totally awake. Are you hypnotized, ma'am? You guess so? Okay. Are you hypnotized?
No.
You are not hypnotized. Are you hypnotized?
No.
No. Your name, ma'am?
Patty.
Your name, sir?
Mary.
Your name is?
Mary.
Your name is?
Patty.
Your name is?
Bob.
Your name is?
Bob.
Could I see your name tag just a second, if you don't mind? It says Karen. What's your name?
Bob.
Are you positive?
Yes.
Are you positive your name is Mary? Yes. Are you a betting person? I got a bet you might be interested in. I'm willing to bet you $500 that your name is actually Paul, not Mary. I'll bet you $500 your name is Paul. Would you take that bet?
No.
What's your name?
Mary.
I'll bet it's Paul. Would you bet $500 it's Mary?
Yeah.
Would you shake on that? Before you shake. How many people in this room think his name is Paul? Can I see by show of hands? See all those hands up there? See them all? How many people think his name is Mary? See up.
واستفزز من استطعت منهم بصوتك وأجلب عليهم بخيلك ورجلك وشاركهم في الأموال والأولاد وعدهم وما يعدهم الشيطان إلا غرورا إن عبادي ليس لك عليهم سلطان وكفى بربك وكيلا.
Feel free. the most complex organ in your body, the seat of who we are, what we are, the container for our thoughts and our memories. In short, we are our brains. Our brains are built from many parts that perform different functions. Deep in the centre of the brain is the brainstem. This is the oldest part of the brain and has also been called the reptilian brain. It controls many essential functions such as breathing and heart rate or blood pressure. It's whether we feel hungry or thirsty. It's also the seat of our most fundamental emotions, happiness or sadness, fear and love or hate. They all seem to reside in the brainstem. The occipital lobe contains the visual cortex, and so is concerned mainly with vision. The parietal lobe is concerned with processing sensory information and integrating it with the visual information from the occipital lobe. The temporal lobe is the centre for memory and learning. It contains the hippocampus and a number of other regions that are required for us to recognise different objects, faces, sounds and environments. The frontal lobe is probably the most important part of the brain for defining us as who we are. It's where our higher emotions and personality reside, as well as language and social behaviour, lots of things that we think of as being human. It's our decision-making centre and contains the motor cortex, which controls voluntary movement. At the back of the brain are the two lobes of the cerebellum. This region of the brain is a coordinating centre for movement, allowing us to move multiple sets of muscles in a coordinated fashion so that we can walk and talk, pick things up and put things down. Your brain is made up of billions upon billions of cells called neurons. These cells are very specialised, with long extensions through which they talk to each other and form large and complex networks. These networks are the basis of how the brain does what it does. The processes are of two basic types. Dendrites receive incoming information from other neurons. Signals pass through the cell body or soma, where, if sufficient information is received, a signal is passed to the other neurons via the axon. This is happening in billions of neurons across the brain, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's happening right now while you're watching this. So how do neurons talk to each other? Neurons are usually seen to use electrical signals to communicate. However, the act of passing the signal from one neuron to another is actually a chemical process. This happens at structures called synapses. These are formed from the terminal of an axon and a swelling on the dendrite called a spine. Electrical signals from the axon pass to the dendrite via a chemical messenger called a neurotransmitter. Neurotransmitter is stored in the small vesicles inside the axon terminal, or the presynaptic bouton. When a signal arrives down the axon, one or more of these vesicles joins with the outer membrane of the bouton and releases its contents into a small gap between the axon and dendrite. This is the synaptic cleft. On the other side of the synaptic cleft are receptor molecules to which the transmitter binds in much the same way as a key fits into a lock. The receptor molecules act as poles through the outer membrane of the dendritic spine, allowing charged atoms or ions to cross. This entry of charged ions into the spine recreates the signal that was sent from the previous neuron, and in this way information can be passed from one neuron to the next and around the neuronal network. Although we've seen only one neuron here talking to one other neuron, in reality each neuron talks to many, many others and can have thousands upon thousands of spines. In this way, an extraordinarily complex system can be built that allows us to see, hear, to experience the world around us. It allows us to walk and talk, and to laugh and cry, and to be who we are. So we really are our brain.